Celebrities react to Polo G brother passing away. Sad reaction. In breaking news, it has been reported that the brother of the infamous rapper Polo G is no longer with us. Polo G, who is a very famous Chicago artist, is in mourning since the tragic news. Along with him, the city of Chicago is in mourning as they have now lost another member of their community. Polo G's brother was known as BMoneyy 1300, and although the two were not related by blood, they were raised together and considered to be brothers by many, including Polo G himself. The two truly have been best friends since long before Polo G's rap career took off, and the star is not responding well to the sudden loss. BMoneyy 1300's life was claimed in a shocking act of street violence, which is unfortunately becoming all too common in the Chicago street scene. After the recent losses of other Chicago stars like OTF Thang, Day 600, and King Von, as well as stars like Lil Durk and Lil Reese having close calls in the last year, this is unfortunately another drop in the bucket that is Chicago's street violence. Since the news has gotten out about BMoneyy 1300's passing, many other celebrities have also been reacting to the sad news. Most of the big names responding to the news are Chicago natives, which makes sense as Polo G and mostly so BMoneyy were mostly associated in the Chicago rap scene. Some of the biggest names in Chicago have been giving their input on the untimely tragedy. Welcome to Line Report. Today, we'll be telling you everything you need to know about the situation one detail at a time, so be sure to pay close attention. Before we get into this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment keyword BMoneyy for a chance of winning our giveaway. Now, back to the video. Since the sudden passing of BMoneyy 1300, the rap scene in Chicago has been in a state of mourning. To make matters worse, BMoneyy had actually moved out of Chicago to Los Angeles while back specifically to avoid the violence in Chicago. He had just returned to Chicago briefly to attend an undisclosed event, and in the brief time he was here, he was targeted by some random Chicago goons. They opened fire on BMoneyy and claimed his life much in the same way that Day 600 and OTF Thang were struck down recently in the same city. Like them, BMoneyy was out and about minding his own business when he was unexpectedly struck down. Since the news, many rappers such as Lil Durk and Chief Keef have responded to the news along with others such as Polo G himself. Polo G made a post starring BMoneyy 1300 on his Instagram, which contained 10 different pictures of BMoneyy. There were pictures of the two together as well as clips of them on stage and partying together, which makes sense as BMoneyy traveled the world with Polo G as his hype man. The post also contained some screenshots of text messages between the two, which many fans found heartbreaking. In the lengthy caption, Polo G praised his late brother, saying, "My little brother man on Gucci, I can't see myself doing this without you," as well as many other sad things. He went on to talk about how BMoneyy was always the life of the party, as his smile would infect the whole room and nobody could ever stay upset at his lovable charm. He praised BMoneyy for always keeping it real and supporting Polo G by even attending his first ever shows, as BMoneyy was one of the few people to watch Polo G's success story unfold over the course of years. Lil Durk surprisingly responded to the news via an IG live stream. Despite not being close with Polo G or BMoneyy, he has worked with Polo G before. And he also knows that Polo G grew up listening to both his and Chief Keef's music. In the IG live stream, Lil Durk talked to his fans about how the violence in Chicago is getting ridiculous. He mentioned his own brother, OTF Thang, as well as famed producer Day 600 that he has worked extensively with over the years, as he used them both as examples of similar tragedies. Lil Durk pointed out how all three of these late stars were targeted in their own home city of Chicago, and all were taken before their time in the same way. Durkio then went on to explain that this repeating situation is the reason that he has decided to move to Atlanta permanently, as the star has been seen enjoying his new Atlanta home despite some similar troubles he has been facing out there. Lil Durk explained that for the sake of his children and girlfriend, he feels that he should no longer return to Chicago or have them go back either. Chief Keef, on the other hand, who was always close with Lil Durk, is in the opposite boat. The star is still proud of his city, although he himself has also moved to California due to the same threats of violence. In a tweet, Chief Keef shouted out BMoneyy 1300 where he said, "Another young soldier taken for no good reason. The streets back home don't change. Homie shoulda just stayed in LA. He made it out of the trap and went back anyway. Rest in peace, bro." As the news continues to trend, more of Chicago's biggest stars are catching wind of the tragedy and continuing to respond. So far, it is unknown who targeted BMoneyy 1300 or why, though of course investigators are searching for any possible leads. Fans of Polo G are worried about the star's mental state as well, as the loss looks to have taken a heavy toll on his mind. That's it for this video. Thanks for sticking to the end. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment keyword BMoneyy for a chance at winning our giveaway. See you next time on Line Report.